Ara, welcome back to Catfish Gaming. I see you've noticed my channel.
Oh boy. So we're gonna just try and destroy this building way over there.
With a rocket launcher in 50 seconds.
Let's see.
And the timer's already going.
Well, I don't know how it. Okay.
It
all right,
just
all right,
goes.
all right. Well, it's like a fighter jet, man. We gotta make
The
sure here.
Pointy end goes in the guy.
Well, I'm trying to blow up this base so it'll fall, but man, is it?
Yeah, I know. And
is
you
it
got
strong?
30 seconds left.
Hold on. It's not. There it goes. There it goes. That must be it.
Scope.
Did I do it? Did I win?
Make sure you use your other hand to stabilize.
Okay, there we go. Thank God.
You. Gold. Bro. Best. Salvage.
Oh no, I did. I beat the pros.
You did the the professionals.
That's right. I'm better than the professionals. Boom.
Faction speedrunners.
I had a thing over here.
I like that we are doing this shooting now than when we were doing it, and not earlier when we could have done it, to really capitalize on the fact that everyone's going to be home, well, the pandemic and all, and needs some comedy and levity in their life to help them. And it's just only way afterward do we decide to do this when people have to go back to the brutal existence of
Welcome back to Catfish Gaming. It's a chance to escape the brutal existence that is life.
Well, it would have been, but now you're probably just watching it from work or something.
Which is also escape from a different brutal existence.
Yeah, it's escape from going to work and having to work. We all know.
Hashtag communism can't be that bad.
Listen, no, it definitely can be. Numbers are still out on that one, but it's just, you know, bosses know when you go to work. You do workies and you do some perkies. You know what I'm saying?
The miners have turned to us for help.
Okay, let's go. Let's go get these walkers. We're gonna take the walkers. We're gonna make them give it back.
The fucking props from Alien that got lost.
All right. Let's. Oh, do I have to check the map and then put down a? Okay, fine.
There's the mission objective.
Why not just give me the?
Well, last time you complained because you had to go to the goddamn compound.
Well, I think I still might have to end up through a compound. This is a main mission. Yeah, see, I have to go through the compound no matter what. Here, I'll let them check my papers this time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they do not care. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Just kiss the paint.
I gotta get through here. Whoa. Wow.
Well, you destroyed 5 of 250 EDF supply crates.
Oh, God.
That one was full of grenades.
Oh. All right. All right.
Some more top-tier gameplay. You know what Zach said to me between... This is new.
Are they saying something?
Do you...
We don't have the sound on.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Maybe it's a loading screen for the specific story mission.
I guess.
Either way, Zach between episodes was saying that how hard this game is. And I'm gonna give it a shit for it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a harder boy game.
You know what this car reminds me of?
Go ahead.
Giant Killer Robots.
GKR is such a good board game that I'm apparently terrible at.
Oh yeah, so we played GKR the other night. We have a lot of board games in our house that we occasionally play when Zach, who likes to collect board games, decides that he feels like playing the things he spends money on.
Man, you're just on me about spending money. It's my money and I need it now.
Yeah, I know, so why do you keep giving it to people? Anyways.
Pardon me. Excuse me. I gotta break in here. Hold on.
Are you there yet? Kinda busy here.
Okay. Go ahead.
We played GKR, Heavy Hitters, by What a Workshop. I think it's maybe based on a comic book or something, but when I tried to research the actual comic book, I couldn't find it, so I don't know if they just made that for the actual game, the art assets, or if they were pulling it from a comic. Either way, be a cool comic book to have. Anyways, it's a game about playing giant killer robots. And you stomp around a wasteland, much like this wasteland, and you put corporate branding on things because you're living in a capitalist paradise. And you have to corporate brand buildings and blow them up, and then shoot the other guy. We played the game.
This is cool.
We played the game at a convention a while ago. Play tested, and that was with pre-constructed decks and all that. And Zach absolutely beat my shit because he had a bunch of missiles. We played recently with being able to take your own pilots and gear cards and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Zach did not do so well, and then got very salty about
I didn't get that salty about it. We had a nice time, but losing from moment 1 to the end was rough.
like I'm not that salty about it, and then your description of the story is a little restrained in the. Well, you could have just walked there. Protect the truck.
No. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, some nice rail shooters. Finally,
the easy win.
Almost there.
I hope he says that the entire mission. Oh, take that.
Anyways, GKR is fun. Only unfortunate thing about it is that the model quality is not the best, and the paint jobs on
them
suck.
I mean, they're just.
But we recently bought a 3D resin printer, an Anycubic Photon, that I haven't set up yet in our garage, mostly because I don't have any resin here, and that's my excuse for not setting it up. I'm still waiting for the resin to get here.
One day, friend.
I'd love to. I don't know anything about goddamn. It's been forever since I did anything CAD, computer-assisted design stuff. So I don't know anything about it anymore. But I'd love to be able to redo the models or something a little higher quality and print them out. I plan to get some BattleTech models printed out. Oh, you know what? I got a BattleTech story to tell. But
oh yeah.
Yeah. Anywho. But even at that, I might try and just either reprime the models or strip them and paint them up as soon as I stop sucking ass at painting. Any day now.
Well, you're doing Blanchitsu for now, so you're doing God's work.
No, I'm using the word Blanchitsu, and that's about it. I sit down at the table and I say Blanchitsu. No, so
you're telling me that's not what Blanchitsu is.
So I've been playing the BattleTech video game, which I quite enjoy, and I found out in Googling some stuff related to the video game that I don't know anything about the BattleTech setting. I've always been somewhat interested in it, but frankly, as far as I'm concerned, all the miniatures that have been produced for purchasing officially pretty much look like dog shit.
Yeah.
I think there's a few.
Shout out to all you BattleTech fans out there. Your minis are dog shit.
Listen, at this point, I've done some research on it. I think a lot of the BattleTech community is 3D printing their stuff anyways, or getting stuff from proprietary producers, not the main company. But I'll stand on that. BattleTech, a lot of BattleTech minis look like shit. But more to the point, I've always been interested in it. I like mech games. I like a mech combat game. They're very ergonomic, small minis, and the game's played at a skirmish level, so I wouldn't need 50 of them or whatever. But I've never learned anything about the setting or anything like that, other than
Well, just a quick pause. Do you think we should do some more side missions, or we should get another main mission done?
I think you should do whatever you're closest to.
I think I'm closest to that.
I like how you made the decision while I was fucking speaking.
Yeah, okay, you know.
Anyways, I know nothing about the rules. I'm sure there's multiple editions or setting, other than I'm sure it's a very complex looking game, or at least I don't know if it's complex in the sense that it's difficult to keep track of and lots of bookkeeping, but
sure.
The customization you have on mechs and heat management and stability.
Yeah, it's like one of those kind of traditional mech games that we really like, where you have a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things to keep track of
in a good way.
Yeah. A lot of options. Yeah.
But I found out one thing about the setting is that there is a clan called the Nova Cats, or maybe there only was, and I'm going to do the Nova Cats, and maybe blend it with the Atom Cats from Fallout for the Atom Nova Cats. But we'll see. That's how. That's what I'm deciding. So I'll have to research all that, find out what books they're in, figure out shit with that. Have I ever told you my theory about mech games?
Theory specifically?
Yeah. Or so why people find mech games satisfying? Let me clarify that.
Okay. No, we've talked a lot about theories about a lot of things, but not that specifically.
Yeah. So here's my high IQ take.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Strap in, people.
So some people will
designers, listen up.
So some people will say that mech games are really satisfying because of the level of destruction that's possible. I'm not necessarily sold on that as an idea, because the destruction is scaled. That in mech games you fight other mechs, right? You don't go around usually. like stomping on little things or whatever. Or at least that's usually not the main focus of the game. So I don't know if the scale really works out. What I think, or at least the mech games I'm talking about, let me clarify, aren't games like Armored Core or BattleTech or Deus Machina, right?
Yep.
Is that what it was called?
Deus Ex. Yeah.
No, not Deus Ex, because that's a different.
That's different. That's a different thing. Armored Core.
But the games with super customizable mech experiences that have very
Daemon X Machina. Yeah.
very very almost simulationist takes on Mechton, as compared to games like Metal Wolf Chaos or something where it's more of a exhilarating shooter experience. Those games, I think the reason the games like Mechton are very satisfying is that it scratches the same itch that people who really care about their cars do. Like, if you talk to somebody who's really, really into cars, they have, like, lots of custom parts, and they talk about what air filter.
Sure.
Well, I don't know. I'm really.
What air filter you running, bro?
No. Air filters are important for engine performance. But I really don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But,
no, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But the same vein, I think, applies to mech games.
Yeah.
In that it's just something where people,
it's
like they got their classic Mustang GT with 50,000 pounds of thrust.
Did I get it? Okay, I got it. I need to get back in this car.
Yeah, you do.
I am dying. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway,
No, my friend. This is a solo ride only.
Sorry, we got places to be.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. Anyway, no, I'd agree with those. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, haters will say it's fake, but you're gonna die.
No, I'm fine. Shut up. Shut up.
Just make a decision.
Shut up. Okay.
Pretty tense stuff.
I'm just trying to.
Oh, you missed. Uh-oh, there's a guy shooting at you. Oh, it died anyways.
I got it.
EDF property destroyed.
Oh, man, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. Goodbye.
Fucking. So,
yeah.
your wife has recently started a podcast where
Yeah.
she talks about things that are relevant to her. And
Yeah.
not a
And not video games like
shameful
us.
attempt at a let's play like we do.
Yeah. Shameful. This is authentically how we play games. Like
No.
animals who are bad at them.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not mods or nudity, so it's not how I play games. But
Oh, did I get him? Oh, did I get it? I got it.
yeah, I feel something, if not shame. Anyways, she's recently started a podcast. Shout out to her podcast that I don't know the name of or where you can find it. Or
From Edie's Lens, and you can find it on
don't
Castbox.
shill for your wife. Anyways,
Yeah, she's not even paying me.
No, she's not. You do it for free.
Not even in favors, man.
Concierge sent content. Anyways,
excuse me.
she is running a small podcast where she talks about things that are of interest to her. And it is scripted or semi-scripted and heavily edited. And she spent 3 or 4 days of probably 6 to 10 hours each day trying to put together the first 2 episodes for her podcast.
Yep.
And I took a certain measure of delight watching her suffer trying to put together a scripted experience, whereas I lazily put together a impromptu let's play show that I make you edit, and then I go to sleep. Like, I sleep soundly in my bed knowing that I am putting out possibly one of the most low-effort
Oh, that's not it.
products possible. That guy's just going to have a mortar stuck to him for the rest of it. Uh-oh. Population demoralized.
Hold on. We gotta get to safety.
Man.
Hold on.
Oh, boy. All right. Oh,
Please
man.
stop shooting me. I thought you were my friends. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's that.
Hey, you put the controller down and lift your hands up like, oh,
I
what's this?
got distracted somewhere in there where I thought, I don't know what I thought. I thought the
ran
guy I
towards-
was supposed to kill was right in front of me, and he definitely wasn't.
You're like a hero. You run towards.
Do I have to replay the whole
run
thing?
towards the fire. Yeah, you do.
Miners of dust
The
is
miners
Oh.
of dust. Well, you
But I had
chose a
made it
story
through so
mission.
much of it.
No, you didn't.
No.
You futzed around a lot, you futzer.
I destroyed the. Oh God.
You know
Okay,
who
here we
would
go.
have been able to pull off that mission?
Who?
Thomas Rogan. You know he's the protagonist of 2 House of the Dead games.
Oh my God. Yeah, you've mentioned it before.
Yeah. I like House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. I gotta make sure to remember to call my fucking mom. That would be wildly inappropriate for me to forget Mother's Day like I typically do.
Every year, all the
I
time.
mean nothing by it, but boy, do the days just stream together when you're me, TV.
Yeah.
But,
Boy, do the days stream together when you're not loving your family.
My mom, I think I may have told this story before. My mom, the only video game she has ever really played and quite enjoyed. I'm sorry, this is untrue. House of the Dead Overkill is a game that she quite enjoys, inexplicably, as House of the Dead Overkill is not something you'd expect a mother who's not particularly into games to play or enjoy, as it is essentially an extremely raunchy rail shooter. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, I've got
Why
ham.
not just
I've
aim
got.
at the base? Why are you throwing
got-
it at the
I'm
hard
just-
to hit top?
Oh please.
Population demoralized.
No, they don't get. Oh God, I need that truck.
Anyways.
Anyway.
No, the other game my mom really likes is, or other style of game rather, is fucking point and click games with storylines.
John's mortal enemy storyline.
The Find 'em games. I don't
Oh, like I Spy?
Yeah, like I Spy, but with the storyline.
Oh.
So like Myst. Shout out to all the people that like Myst. I do not enjoy Myst because I am dumb and not good at puzzles. I'm really fucking terrible at
Oh,
puzzles.
there we go. Yeah. Mason's got an arm on him. Look how far he can lug these things. Anyway, Myst. Yeah. I've watched a couple like speedruns of Myst. Oh, Jesus. Real life physics. I've watched a couple of speedruns of Myst, and generally speaking, Myst is something that I'd probably like if I wasn't so absolutely not a smart person.
I know it's well loved by a lot of
Yeah.
people. I have absolutely no problems with it. This is not a Myst is seriously bad.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Statement. Secretly bad. I think this is fine. I am just an idiot and do not enjoy.
Well, like-
I do not enjoy a game that constantly shows me how fucking stupid I am.
Well, how did I kill a gorilla? Okay, excuse.
Dude,
no.
what are you doing? What's the
I'm
plan?
trying to shoot these people from my car. You know,
Jesus Christ.
San Andreas, but
Bring back vehicle basics.
anyway, Myst. Watch a couple speedruns of Myst. I don't get how people are supposed to know the answers to those puzzles because they seem, obviously not having played the game, but only having seen the answers on a speed run. They seem very like, I don't know how I was supposed to have ever got that or understood it to be that answer.
So I don't know if this is necessarily quality of Myst, but games when Myst was coming out, first of all, had a higher expectation. I think player competence with puzzle games equal things up on the internet.
Sure.
And on top of that, I think there were more reliance on communities of people playing it without access to the internet. So I couldn't just go look
Sure.
up. I'd have to ask like my friend Dave. And
Yeah.
he's like, Luigi's at the top of the fucking waterfall, whatever. I read a book. I think Myst had a book, and I read that. But goddamn, if I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's intense. And not to say there's anything bad with it. It's a game that I think I'd like more than I'd actually like it. Because I like to have a very high opinion of myself.
Yeah. Speaking of books, I have a book that's on my shelf that I got from a family member
Oh, this is broken. I can't shoot it anymore.
you're broken.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I got this book from a family member. And it's a book called Sanctuary, and it's an old hardbound. I think it's probably a 30 or 40 year old book. I've never bothered to look it up, and I'm sure I could because it's gonna. The fact that I can look this book up is going to cut the rest of this story out.
Sure.
The legs out from the rest of the story. I have no idea what the fuck the book's about. It's like 600 pages. It's this weird kind of fantasy book that's set in like like a weird small town fantasy book, and the only part I remember from reading it as a kid is there's at least one scene with hardcore fucking, and that's it. And I could have just looked this up. And it's now occurring to me. But I kind of don't want to look it up because I don't want to ruin the majesty of my remembering of this weird and esoteric experience I had as a child.
Sure.
Because I read it far before I was capable of fully understanding or appreciating a 600 page Greybeard style fantasy book. Because it's not a long-winded fantasy adventure with going to the Mordors and such.
Right.
It's like you're sitting in a tavern drinking mead and espousing about taxation rates about the local lord. It's like true fantasy experience.
Yeah, but the truest fantasy, having a mortgage. Yeah, I don't know that I have any books. I read some interesting books that my dad had. There was one called Kingdom for Sale. It was I want to say it's by the same guy who wrote the Sword of Shannara series, and that was interesting. It was a guy who has like a shit life, and he gets an ad for a magic kingdom for sale for like pittance, and he, for whatever reason, decides to send in a check for $100, and he gets this magic kingdom, and then he has to run the magic kingdom. It's a whole series. I read the first couple books of it. It's a fun series. I really haven't read it again, but it definitely seemed like a really fun series.
It was the first isekai, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's the very first one. None other like it since then.
Yeah. So speaking of
Isekai.
No. Isekai. So I think Isekai gets a bad rap because it's been overused a lot in I guess the most recent seasons of the anime.
Well, I mean, it's been forever, man. So it's like Sword Art Online and whatnot.
Literally
right?
a timeless classic storyline, and I will not take any guff about it. Fucking a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court is 100% an isekai, and I will not take any guff about it. That's what it fucking is. It's a classic storyline. It's been overused recently, and it's called a different thing now. Anyways, speaking of books, a thing I appreciate about books compared to other forms of media is that because there's so many books and so many people can just make books like fucking Chuck Tingle.
Oh, come on.
And there's not everybody seems to have a weird list of books that they have read that I have never heard of or heard of anybody else having read.
Sure.
And it creates this weird, like, personal library that people have of, like, experience and information from these books.
Yeah, like, things they've read, things they remember reading.
Yeah, like, fucking on your shelf here, I can see a bunch of your books, and I haven't heard of, like, half of this shit.
Oh, sure.
And I always think it's really interesting to talk to people about that, because the book you were mentioning from your father, I never fucking heard of any of what you're mentioning. Now, I don't pursue fantasy literature, so maybe it's a really popular fantasy theory or series. Don't fucking blow it while I'm telling the story.
I'm trying not to, man. There's a lot of them and not a lot of me. Anyway, go ahead.
I think it's neat because more so usually I get the feeling when you talk about TV or movies or video games, usually a lot of hands.
Hello.
Eventually the topic kind of gravitates towards common understanding.
Yeah.
Of I've seen this, you've seen this, and it usually ends up being I've read or I've seen like Harry Potter or I've seen fucking Frozen, or I've played Disney Princess.
Glad I got out of there.
But books, I feel when I talk about books with people, usually it doesn't gravitate towards, we've both read this book. Usually it's like, I read a book that was like that. Here's this super obscure thing nobody wants to talk about.
Right. No, yeah. There's books. There's just a lot of them, right? Like, and there's
yeah.
Okay.
No,
all
I mean,
right.
it's just it's a dramatic understatement.
Yeah, but there's not, and there's a lot of things, right? Like TV and movies and stuff like that. But
I think there's exponentially more books.
right, that's what I was gonna say. Is just like the amount of books you can encounter and different styles, and obviously, like even if you really like detective novels and you specialized in only reading detective novels your whole life, you'll probably find a number of things that you've never heard of, you've never thought about, and you'll end up finding out something brand new all the time. So yeah, books are cool.
All right. And next time on Capus Gaming,
Oh, goodbye.
we're going to talk more about books.